In the cold mountain lands, every animal lived by one strict rule: only help those who can help you back. Gryph was the strongest eagle in the ridge. He lived by this rule for years. He believed weak animals were useless and did not deserve his time or help. But one cold winter morning, a heavy storm hit the mountain. Gryph was flying back to his nest before the wind became too strong. Suddenly, he heard a very quiet sound coming from inside a bush of sharp thorns. He landed on a branch and looked down to see what was moving inside.
It was a tiny baby crow, completely lost and freezing in the cold. Gryph looked closer and saw its eyes were milky white. The baby crow was born blind. Gryph turned his head to leave. A blind bird could never hunt or fly well. It was useless. But the baby crow heard the rustle of wings. It did not hide in fear. Instead, it slowly crawled out of the sharp thorns toward Gryph. It pressed its freezing body against the eagle's warm feet to hide from the icy wind. Gryph froze. His cold heart felt a sudden, strange hesitation. Angry at his own softness, Gryph picked up the crow and flew into the sky.
He dropped the baby crow into a dry tree hole near his own nest. "I am not your father," Gryph barked. "I will call you Corvus. I only bring food when I have extra." The blind crow just nodded softly. Months passed, and Corvus slowly grew. Because Corvus could not see, his ears became amazingly powerful. He heard a small mouse moving deep beneath 3 feet of hard snow. He could feel changes in the air and hear a storm hours before it arrived. Corvus began calling out to Gryph, warning him about dangerous winds before every flight. Gryph kept feeding Corvus, but only because the Corvus ears were useful to him. He showed no love or friendship. To Gryph, it was just a simple business deal. Then came the great frost, the worst winter the mountain had ever seen. All the small animals died or hid deep underground. Food vanished completely. Gryph was hiding a terrible secret. His left wing was badly hurt and stiff from the cold. He could not take off into the air quickly anymore. He was vulnerable on the ground. Down in the valley, a hungry wolf smelled Gryph's weak blood in the air. Starving and desperate, the wolf quietly climbed the rocky path toward Gryph's ledge. Gryph backed away, but he hit a dead end, a giant wall of slick ice. He was trapped. The wolf growled and opened its jaws, preparing to leap right onto the eagle. Gryph tried to jump and flap his wings, but intense pain shot through his arm. The wolf leaped forward. Gryph closed his eyes, expecting the final bite. Suddenly, a fast black shadow dropped out of the sky. It was Corvus. The blind crow could not see the wolf, but he heard the beast jump. Corvus screeched at the loudest frequency he could, flapping his wings wildly around the wolf's ears. The sudden, deafening noise on the narrow, slippery ledge completely disoriented the wolf. The wolf lost its footing, slipped off the icy edge, and fell into the deep canyon below. The mountain became silent again. Gryph stared at the little blind crow in complete shock. "Why did you do that?" Gryph's voice shook. "You are blind. You could have been killed." Corvus tilted his head and answered softly, "You taught me that we only keep what is useful. You kept me alive to use my ears, but saving your life today was the best way I could use mine." Gryph finally understood. True value is not what someone gives you today, but the loyalty born from kindness. Be kind to those in need. The seeds of help you plant today will protect you in your darkest hour.